little tippy taps.
Gotta channel the...
Do you not want to voice act tonight?
No, we can absolutely
skip?
voice act. I'm fine with it. Gotta channel the loop. Hey, Stardust. How can I help you on this wonderful new loop?
Let's talk about something.
Sure. What do you want to talk about?
Aren't you bored?
Me? Nah, don't worry about me, Stardust. I like being in the sun.
Weird one. I like being in the sun too.
No, for real. I think in a past life I might have been a plant. Photosynthesis.
God, I wish I was a plant in this life. So yeah, a lot. I want to say 70 to 80% of those of tonight's conversations will be like that.
That's fine. I like Loop
And
a lot, even if there's a chance they are actually less than benevolent God, toying with our emotions and or life. I still appreciate them a lot, and I love voicing them, so it's fine by me.
Looping might reset your wounds, but your neck still hurts.
Mm.
27? So interesting how you can't just square past that one.
Yeah, that is curious.
Here we go.
I feel like I see you pretty often. Are you sure you don't have anything better to do?
I need to know, on the back end of things, if this is a, oh, you've died and seen Loop 10 times thing, or if this is a, hey, the last thing you did before you reset was talk to me. And then you came here to talk to me
That's a
again.
good point.
God, I'm so interested in that back end.
If I was in your place, which I'm not, I'd spend my time in the house forever, getting stronger and stronger. Anyway, how can I help you on this wonderful new loop? Sure, what do you want to talk about?
The king really likes stars.
He sure does.
And you're...
I'm what?
You gesture towards Loop.
You just gesture to all of me.
I don't know what the origin of that meme is.
I was gonna say that's a reference to something.
If it's Tumblr that the both of us heard, it is entirely possible that this is the
It's
origin
How
of
to
the
Train Your
meme.
Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon.
It's
Never mind.
he's talking to his dad or something, or one of the other
yeah.
adults. Yeah.
I remember it now.
Say what you mean, Stardust.
Oh, here goes. Do you control the king?
Control him? I wish.
Oh, right, but... And another tick in the party theory column.
Yeah.
Are you working with him then?
Ew, no.
Okay, last question. Do you also want everything frozen in time? Comforting, that.
Yeah, I don't like that. Sometimes.
You know what?
That's a normal answer, actually.
Benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt. That was an easy dismissal opportunity. But that's just kind of sad. Sometime!
And what? Just because the king likes stars and I have a star head means we have to be friends somehow? Pretty racist of you, Sifrin. Just kidding. Don't you like the stars? Don't you like the stars too?
Call it racist. You know what? Just because I made an observation, you know, all comedy is derived from some form of racism.
All comedy?
All comedy. I can justify this all night.
That seems kind of whack, but okay.
I don't know if I actually mean that, but I had the thought, not 30 minutes prior, and I could, if forced to, justify it as long as I need to.
Well, I will not.
And you know I can.
No, I've had discussions with you before. I know you and I are both Taurus. You're a Taurus too, aren't you? Or do you fall just at the other edge of the cusp?
Gemini.
Dang it. Okay. Well, you're close enough to a Taurus that I think you and I both have the stubborn traits. And I know how argumentative I can get. And I've seen you. I haven't pushed you to your limit, but I've seen you get close.
My favorite pastime in your DMs is justifying random bullshit when asked about it.
That is true.
I can absolutely argue this point forever if I need to the point where I will believe myself eventually.
You loop
and
right
that
back
sounds
around.
awful. I will brainwash myself for a bit. I will. If I thought the bit was funny enough, I will just become a right-winger.
I will brainwash myself for a bit. Aurora 2K24.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Exactly.
I wonder how many times it's gonna take before I get the thing that I need to make this a lot faster. I'm still wondering whether or not to go into more detail on that. You broke your head open on a rock. Very specifically, cranial trauma and not breaking your neck.
Yeah.
What a delicious death.
Ew, delicious.
Bananas. Ah, shit. Oh, yeah. I need to use circle and not X when doing that. Or that'll happen. And this will happen if I skip Visa for any reason.
Oh.
Because apparently their pining is mutual.
Hey, Stardust. How can I help you on this wonderful new loop? Sure, what do you want to talk about?
You have nothing to talk about, so you stay quiet.
Oh. You know, Stardust, you're like really quiet, aren't you?
Oh, are we talking about the selective mutism? Is it selective mutism, or is it just introversion? It could be both.
Yeah. I mean,
I
what
know
is
some
not...
people write silent protagonists as being selectively mute, and some people just, like, you're not actually mute. You make gestures as if you were talking. So therefore you must actually talk, and the developers just didn't want to pay for a voice actor. Teehee. And Sifrin definitely has dialogue prompts, which means he isn't fully mute.
No, for sure. I knew you were quiet, but I didn't realize you were that quiet. I really have to carry our conversations most of the time.
And? Too bad. I don't mind if you stay silent for a bit too, you know?
Alright. Would you rather I don't say anything? Rather than talk all the time? Don't you want some quiet?
Ah! What? No. I like to listen to people talk. I don't mind if you talk a lot. And here's another tick in the kid column.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It is just nice to hear people talk.
How many times have I used the banana peel specifically to death warp?
I don't know. They're probably the most used at this moment, at least.
I mean, no, that definitely has to be a tier.
Well, I mean, tiers in general, yes. The same specific tier, though. Like, it depends on how you're measuring it.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, if you're measuring the exact specific thing, then it's definitely the banana. That was a funny sound.
It is a funny sound. We are also starting to skip loops.
Oh.
For those of you not paying very close attention, we are now on loop 33. We started this stream on, like, 20-something or other.
Jeez. Hey, Stardust.
At the very least, the last time I noted the number of loops was one or two deaths before. And it was definitely in the 20s. High 20s, maybe, but definitely in the 20s and not in the 30s. So,
Yeah.
just 33. Keep the number in your head for a second.
Okay.
What do you think of my allies?
I don't really think about them. I try not to even see them at all. Your fighter stands here for a while every time before you come talk to me, doesn't he?
And there's a tick in the fighter is king column.
Yeah.
I try not to look at him, because if I pay any attention to him at all, I might fucking incinerate him. Right on the spot.
And that
Kill
would ruin
Hitler.
the whole plan.
Kill Hitler in the crib kind of thing, you know?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, yeah. But I make sure to not look his way, so he doesn't exist in my eyes.
What would happen if they saw you?
He might be able to see me, if that's what you're asking. But I'm not going to be seen, so we'll never know.
And what would happen if you saw them? Mm-hmm.
Something terrible. Oh yeah, that's a bad sign.
Like?
Plus, why would I care about them?
That's not an answer.
Yeah,
It's also
avoidance.
not a lie.
True.
It's a hypothetical. Hypotheticals are allowed to be as hypothetical as you want them to be.
I only care about you, Stardust.
Sounds like he doesn't want to talk with them about them for some reason.
Ominous.
We skipped 34.
That's so interesting. What the heck?
Yeah, no, there's a little bit of unreality involved in this
It
stuff.
definitely makes sense just based off of the way Sifrin like reacts to things. Hey Stardust, how can I help you on this wonderful new loop?
You really like saying that line.
Oh, do you not want me to?
I don't care one way or the other. 'Cause if you can finish the line before I can click this button, it
That's
doesn't
fair.
matter to me.
I can stop saying it, it's no big deal.
If you want to keep saying it and just
No, it's fine,
keep working
it's-
on your intonations.
Yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine. You can skip it. Hold up! Me? I want to chat! I'm not sure why Loop's becoming British. Say, you've been carrying that silver coin for a while, haven't you? The one in your pockets, I mean?
Since before you started looping, yeah.
I don't know. I'm mentioning it because it is just so weird for it to be the only thing you had in your pockets. Only a silver coin. What's the deal with it, I wonder?
There is a deal. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. It's just a coin.
Is that so?
It is, You just twirl it, flip it, or interact with it every once in a while.
Uh-huh. So it's not secretly made of gold, or it doesn't have anything hidden inside a secret box, or it doesn't even open some secret door if you press on it real hard.
No, but...
Pretty pathetic to be carrying it around with you this whole time, though. Damn. Siffrin is sensitive about the coin.
About the only memento of their isekai life.
Yeah.
Assumably.
No, that would make sense. It's actually like a quarter or something from our world.
I should go find that guide I was looking at.
Oh, that was a big skip.
You're annoyed that there isn't a more dignified way to loop back in the village. I think that might be the trigger?
Yeah, that sounds like it might be.
Since I remember, isn't there a chance?
A chance of what?
A chance that they'd all remember?
Who, your party? Oh, is that what you're worried about? Don't worry. You are, and always will be, the only one who remembers previous loops. Hi, Fiery Wolf 29. We are playing In Stars and Time. And we are trying to get the ability to loop back easier, which we have been hinted at that's a possibility. And supposedly that happens.
We have not been, by the way. We have not been hinted. This is just something I know about.
Oh, I thought this was one of your friend's hints. Okay. One of us knows that this is a thing and is trying to get to it, which apparently happens by talking to Loop a bunch. I see. Okay, cool. Well, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for joining us. Did I black out and not read that line?
No, you read it. I'm looking for something.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, you're looking for the guide you were talking about?
Mother!
Oh, are you okay? Are you okay? That sounded very distressed.
The first thing on here says Act 2 only.
And we're in Act 3? Oh no. Wait, you can only get it in Act 2, or it's only applicable for Act 2? Thank you, Firewolf. That's helpful. We will let you know. You okay? What is it saying?
You have to see all. Okay, cool. This is fucking useless. So, okay. We are going to go until I find the event I'm looking for that gives us a quote easier way to loop, end quote, and any other dialogues I will have to get on a separate file because they
Okay, so it's something else that's Act 2 only, not the looping.
There are 3 or 4 dialogues that are Act 2 only.
Oh, that sucks. Is this related to what you were talking about? Of like we're supposed to talk to them before the king or something like that?
Yes. No, not before the king. Not before we defeat the king for the first time, because after we defeat the king, we have to talk to Loop, because the loops are still going.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Okay.
So things are, quote unquote, more serious, and thus the goofy stuff. It's not goofy. None of the things being skipped from the very short descriptions I have of them are goofy. Just kind of not. Different has a tendency to say, you know what, this isn't really that important. Let me just shuffle that off this way. You know?
That's fair. Yeah, Firewolf, kind of achievement hunting, also just personal achievement hunting, because we like seeing as much as possible. What is the word that you use? Completionists?
I'm a completionist. You are also sometimes a...
I'm a completionist. I'm in the passenger seat of the completionist.
Lore completionist?
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm in the passenger seat of the completion... That's a weird word to say over and over and over and over and over again.
Completionist.
Okay, flexing. That's a very different thing to say. I did go and give this a second run through just to really get everything and test the bounds. I don't blame you. This definitely seems like the kind of thing that would benefit from like multiple playthroughs for sure.
Do you want to just do story stuff instead? Because we can just do sport. We have that file. I have that file very specifically, so in case this took an unconsciously long time. That's not a word.
Close enough. I got the vibes. Yeah, that's probably what you meant.
Magic conch shell. That word.
Can I have something to eat? I don't know. What are you leaning more towards that, or what do you feel like? Because you're the one that's in control, so like I don't blame you if you don't feel up to it. Which is good news. They won't have to suffer like you do. This pain is yours, and yours alone. Damn.
Hey, wait. What about you then?
Oh, I don't count, Stardust. I'll always remember your mistakes.
You're trying to infuriate me on purpose.
It's my job.
Apparently there's only like 3 left, so it doesn't matter one way or the other.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's not...
I also don't know how to...
You pondering your orb over there?
Mm-hmm.
It's about unlocking that ability. It's from looping with tears specifically.
God fucking damn it, I knew it!
And it'll be addressed like immediately talking to Loop. Thank you, Firewolf. That's very kind. We appreciate that.
I'm not even gonna fucking bother then.
Oh.
There's no reason to keep this safe. I'll come back to it. Wait, is there a reason to keep this safe? No, it isn't, because I can't get the... I have to go back to Act 2. Do I have an Act 2 save? 0.
Ooh, there, yeah.
2. Okay, cool. Act 2. Awesome, cool. I'll just do that on my own time then. Fucking...
Well, at least we
Tears
know.
specifically.
I guess it kind of makes sense. The tears probably are like... There's been
That's
so
right,
much
run away
like
from me.
timecraft and stuff like that, so it makes sense.
Fear me.
I forgot we had that on. What were we even doing in this story? I honest to God don't remember.
We found a book on timecraft. You don't need to be here. I'm gonna kill you because I have stress. So we just found a book on craft. Many, many different types of craft. And according to the book, timecraft shouldn't be possible. Lol, JK.
Yeah.
There isn't a tier on the... This is the first floor. There isn't a tier this way. It's the other fucking way. So, we found that book, and we were like, hey, if only there were someone who knew what timecraft was like, who knew more about timecraft. Haha, too bad there's no one like that around, right? Except for the king. There's no one like that at all in Dormont, underneath the favor tree. No one at all.
Totally no one ever.
So now we are trying to get out of the castle to go talk to Loop. Hi. Tears specifically. Why? It's a thematic thing, I understand.
Yeah.
However, I'm annoyed. You dreamt about the tick of a clock. You hear it still.
Eesh. Ominous. Boy howdy, Sif doesn't seem worried at all. We'll be able to kick the king's butt for sure. Sif, no! That's exactly what I imagine every time, basically.
So!
So?
Got any theories about the loop I'm trapped in?
That's my favorite Siffrin face. Why would I?
Your name is literally Loop.
Oh, stars above, it is.
Ugh!
But just because I call myself Loop doesn't mean I know anything. I'm just bad at names. But I'll see what I can do. What's your question?
Do you know anything that can help?
Such a broad question, Stardust. As I've told you before, I know as much as you do right now.
How can that be?
What do you mean?
Aren't you here to help me? Why don't you know more about the loops you're supposed to help me with? Don't you see me? Ehitanandaya! That's the only thing about Genshin I will acknowledge, ever, for any reason.
Oh, fair enough.
If I know literally any other information, I will want to play a Hoyo game. And I can't afford Hoyo.
God, that's a mood.
So no, I only have Ehitanandaya. Now and forever.
Aww. I still don't have a good answer for you, Stardust. Isn't it already nice that you have me to talk to about those loops? You could be alone, stuck with only your tiny brain for company, with no one to talk to. Okay. Well, why don't we summarize what we know about those loops? We might find something out.
You sigh and nod. Nothing better to do, you suppose?
So, you're currently stuck in a time loop for some unknown reason. The loop starts when you wake up in Dormont, and seems to end when you talk to the head housemaiden.
I'll say I first touch a tear.
Yes. Maybe the loop considers getting frozen in time by those tears a sort of death.
Do you want to tackle this in the sense that Lupus knows much more than they are letting on and is trying to lead us somewhere? Or in the sense that Loop genuinely knows exactly as much as Sifrin does at any given point?
That's a good point. It sounds to me that you're of the opinion that they know more than they're letting on. Am I reading?
I just wanted to... I have a complaint about this line specifically, and I want to know which point I should address it by, because I can go either way. So what are you thinking right now?
I mean, I think that this person knows more than they're letting on about certain things, but I think that they probably don't know as much about the loops that, or maybe, I don't know, maybe are they forbidden from, maybe they're forbidden from saying things? Yeah.
Sure, let's go with the forbidden theory.
Yeah, I like that.
Forbidden and trying to lead us in a direction.
Okay. So...
maybe the loop considers getting frozen in time by the tears a sword of death. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Because we know from Sifrin that being frozen in time is nothing like death. Nothing at all. It's like...
yeah, well, I mean, I guess it depends on, like, if the... if we never stop the king, if we're frozen, that means we can never stop the king, which means things will never get unfrozen. So it might as well be dead, even if it's very different from death.
I'm just working off mechanics. Because in every scenario except exactly I am fighting the king, and the king's tears touch me and freeze me, Mirabelle is there, with lovely moving here.
Yeah.
And I know this because I have very specifically, just out of curiosity, I have touched a tear. I have touched a tear after having learned lovely moving here from Mirabelle. So it isn't that. It's very specifically not that. For that if for no other reason besides Mirabelle can undo it at any time, it shouldn't be considered death. On a technical standpoint.
Yeah.
So it has to be considered death on a mechanical standpoint. As in, the magic binding Sifrin to the loop considers intentionally touching a tear to be a form of death.
So maybe
Which means that intent...
yeah.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I have no idea if intent has anything to do with it, because Sifrin, to my recollection, has never been frozen by an enemy.
That's true.
Like they don't. The enemies, to my recollection, have never targeted Sifrin thus far with a tear attack.
Yeah, I
They
know.
have targeted Mirabelle, and it fails. They have
Yeah.
targeted Isabeau and
Isabel.
Odile, and they get frozen.
Yeah.
They do not target Sifrin. So I don't know if intent matters at all.
Maybe it has something to do specifically with the way it's because it's time crafted and like because
That's
Sifrin
what I
is
was thinking.
within a time craft like situation, it like is weak to that or something. I don't know.
It's System 404's itself.
Yeah.
And shunts Sifrin back to the boot sequence.
Yeah, it like doesn't know what to do, so it just freaks out.
And like, if Sifrin is expecting it, he can guide it towards, hey, I want to go to this place. But sometimes Sifrin isn't expecting it, like the first loop, or that time we killed the king and it was supposed to end, but it fucking didn't. And
And
it
it just
automatically
yeeted us
shunts
back.
him back to Dormont at the beginning of the loop. Which
It's
means
true.
it is a crash. It's a crash. It's a crash, and Sifrin has just sometimes exploited the crash for his own purposes. Which is fine.
Does that mean Sifrin's more in control of the loop than he thinks he is?
I hadn't considered that. Yes, it does. That's exactly what that means.
Because we've already talked about how like he made the wish at the favor tree,
Mm-hmm.
and so like maybe he's cast the spell upon himself, sort of. I guess.
I would say that maybe making the wish at the favor tree. Imagine if this isn't actually loop 25. I don't know what loop we're on.
Yeah, and since we reset, I didn't see.
27 maybe? I don't know. Imagine if this isn't loop 27, but it's actually loop 217.
Jesus Christ, yeah, I could see that happening
And
for sure.
we've only been aware for the last 27 because Sifrin, on a whim, made a left turn instead of a right. And after talking to Isabeau, said, you know, I might as well make a wish too, right?
Yeah.
And, like, for the previous 190 loops, just didn't. Just said, oh, Isabeau, you're so silly and superstitious. And on loop 191 went, you know what, actually, you're not superstitious. You're only kinda-stitious. I'll be kinda-stitious with you. Solidarity. And
Yeah.
boom, time loop.
No, I can see that for sure. Fiery Wolf, I'm glad you enjoy good theory crafting. Call us game theory.
Anyway.
But why? Oh, hey. If we had just.
I want to know. Is either of them going to mention that he hasn't been getting frozen in battle?
Yeah.
Wait, no, okay, apparently Sifrin can get frozen in battle, and in 27 loops,
Maybe
I'm
it's.
level 60 right now. I'm level
Yeah.
61 right now. In 61 battles worth, I just haven't fucking seen... It isn't 61. It's
Maybe
like
maybe it just
16.
happened like once and we just like it's just so rare that we just forgot about it.
I think I would remember something like... I wouldn't remember anything like that.
Especially if it was like early on.
Don't remember what I did yesterday.
That's a fucking mood.
I thought the tears worked differently than an actual time freeze skill.
Is that so? Well, you're the one getting frozen, so you'd know. So, you loop if something keeps you from advancing in some way. I wonder if other things would count as keeping you from advancing.
We tried getting stuck in a rock Are you trying to... Are you about to tell us to eat a key? Like what?
Like... What if we cut off your legs? Would you immediately loop back?
You just crawl on your arms.
You can't advance if you have no legs, right? It's fun when the
There's
dialogue...
a weird Discord audio distortion.
Oh, is there?
Just for like half a second when you said advance.
Okay.
It was really thematic.
We'll take it.
I'd rather not test that one.
Aww. But understandable.
But it is interesting, though. What makes a loop actually loop? You feel like you can remember a few times when time looped back on its own, even if it was just a few minutes. And then we go back to that theory of Sylvan is more in control than he realizes.
Yeah.
Because there are exactly 2 incidents that time looped just a few minutes.
Mm-hmm. Maybe... Does the loop consider talking to the head housemaiden something that keeps you from advancing somehow?
Oh. Maybe, but... what would advancing even mean, then? Towards what goal? Is there something that happens when you talk to the head housemaiden that makes a certain goal impossible to accomplish?
As you found out, all of this might be the work of Timecraft, a power that should be impossible to use. But you and the king are somehow able to manipulate it.
But... am I manipulating Timecraft if I can't control it?
But you can, can't you? You can more or less control where you come back. Except when you talk to the head housemaiden, it seems, which brings you back to the start. But just being able to loop back in time and avoid death might count as you being able to use Timecraft.
But if Timecraft is supposed to be too dangerous to even use, how did I get that power?
And how can you break the loop for good? Yes, those are the big questions, aren't they? I do wonder about the limitations of your powers still. What makes you actually loop? Somehow, I feel like finding out more about that would be useful. Stardust, we've been talking for a while, so maybe not right now, but when you have some time, will you hang out with me for a bit?
Huh? Hang out?
I have a theory I'd like to test. And we haven't spent any time together, Stardust.
Can we not get this dialogue until we've done the fucking side quests?
Oh, maybe. I'm lonely. Oh, because they're jealous of all the other... I want to have a long conversation with someone. Anyone.
Me and my yandere collection of neurons.
I want to hang out.
Ugh.
Again, it doesn't have to be right now.
It's gonna be right now and you're gonna like it.
Our little hangout time might last a while. Maybe even longer than the rest of the day.
And I immediately know what you're trying to test. Thank you for confirming that.
I'm sure you have plans for this loop, so I can wait
None.
until you have time.
Absolutely none.
Okay?
The theory of loop would like to test about the loops. Might be useful.
Yay! I'll be waiting, Stardust. In the meantime... Oh yeah, there we go. Do you think... What? Do you think this is like how Siffrin gets a special new power the way all the others got special new powers? What do the rest of your party, chop liver? Yeah, to loop, probably.
Chop liver, or worse, in the case of...
Oh! Our theory hangout! Yes! But we can't actually hang out right now. It'd be pretty useless. So how about you come back here early tomorrow after you're done acting things out at the clock tower?
Wait, you want me to sneak out?
And spend a loop with me, yes.
But you always go to the house after the clock tower. Oh my god, Biome 2! Biome 2! Biome 2! 2! Yeah! It's the alternative dungeon! It's time! We climbed the castle, now it's time to go down to the pit.
Hell yeah. Don't be a square, Stardust.
If you're not here, what will everyone do? What will everyone think?
Does it matter what they think?
The answer to the question is no. Cifrin certainly doesn't seem to think so. Otherwise, he'd be confessing every single loop, and he hasn't for even a single loop. Therefore, nothing matters.
Is it because it doesn't matter what they think, or because he doesn't want to worry them? Because he is kind of a... He's not a protector craft, but he is a protector.
There was it's Homestuck. I was trying to remember what exactly it was that BB showed me. It was Homestuck. Something related to Homestuck.
Okay.
There was a quiz thing, and one of the questions was, what's more important to you, intentions or consequences? And I have determined that not only is my answer consequences, but actually consequences is the objectively correct choice for that question. So therefore, it doesn't matter if he doesn't tell them because he doesn't want to worry them. Because he doesn't tell them, he doesn't care what they think.
Okay, I guess that's fair. It's an interesting way to look at things. Like, as a dichotomy.
He doesn't care what they think because he assumes for them their reaction to the information he would give them.
Yeah.
And therefore, their actual feelings on the matter do not matter. They aren't important. What he thinks will happen is more important than actually finding out. This is definitely a do as I say, not as I do moment, by the way.
Fair enough.
Because this is K0's, warning against catastrophizing. This is what you come off as when you don't explain yourself to people. When you worry more about hypotheticals than actual results and outcomes. And thus I should stop doing it and start communicating better with people. And I have started to do that myself.
Yes.
Not because of this. This is me justifying thing. You see where I was going with the whole justifying thing? I made this declarative statement, and now I'm justifying it to myself.
Yeah, that is true.
I guess it doesn't.
Shit. Saying that aloud. Neat! Will you come then?
Oh, yeah.
Neat! I'll see you soon then?
You nod.
Now we gotta go through the motions. The pretending that you're working is so relatable, Fiery Wolf.
You spend the rest of the night with everyone. Early in the morning, while everyone is still asleep, you quietly slip away and head to the favor tree.
Do you think this is before or after Isabeau tries to confess to Cifrin?
I think Isabeau tries to confess to Cifrin before midnight.
Okay, fair enough.
Because it happens before everyone falls asleep.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, Fiery Wolf also said after, so that makes sense. Just curious.
But you can't see Loop anywhere.
Up there, Stardust, up there!
Up there? Did Loop go back to their home or something? You look up. Loop is waving at you from the top of the tree. And suddenly we're playing Hollow Knight. And now we have to climb the top of the favorite tree.
I'm here! I'm here! Come and join me, Stardust.
I know it was your share, but there was a Minecraft in the background there for a second there. Oh, this sticker isn't good enough. You can't hang on my phone case.
Just gonna
How?
parry these spikes and these saw blades and loop. Why did you buy all these? Oh, come on. Just climb the tree. I know you can do it.
You sigh and climb the tree. Oh, sweet. I don't have to actually have to platform.
That's cute. I love the generic, like, spiky. It's cute. Isn't it pretty, Stardust? We're so high up.
You are. You can see the house from there. Everyone will be inside the house soon. You try not to think about it.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to today's Loop Hangout. If you hang out with me, it'll take some time and... Well, you know how this goes.
I sure do.
Hmm.
Now I'm curious as to whether or not you can do this without having done the other hangouts before.
Yeah.
If the dialogue is any different if you haven't.
I don't know. I haven't actually prepared anything to talk about. So... Tell me about yourself, Stardust.
Really? I'd rather not.
Huh? Why not?
Don't you already know me?
Hmm?
It just feels like it. You know too much about me. You knew my name, you know how I think. You knew me before we even met, didn't you?
Kind of.
I knew you before you met me in this incarnation of myself. Certainly.
Yeah.
But I had to get to know you first, because actually I'm a time traveler too. Kind of. Do I know you?
Oh! No, you don't know me. Don't worry, your memory isn't failing you this time. When we met under the favor tree, that was
Technically the truth.
the very first time we've ever seen each other.
In this timeline. Is that so? So then... Is that why you're helping me? Because you know me?
Oh. Not really. When I decided to help you, you were not a factor in the slightest.
I didn't know which one of you I would be helping. It just happened to be you this time.
Mm.
And now I'm wondering the universe in which... Imagining. I can't plot out AUs until I finish the piece of media that I'm creating AUs for. But there's AUs being crafted in which Sifrin is not the protagonist. The looper.
You are now, I suppose. But does that mean you actually believe me? When I say I'm here to help? You don't think I'm lying and I'm actually the one trapping you here or whatever? You really believe that I'm here to help you? Oh, choice.
Do you?
I think they're helping us.
I do.
Oh. You always surprise me, Stardust. I know I wouldn't believe myself if I was in your place. Maybe time has made me more jaded than you are. But it's fine. Whether you believe me or not, I'm here to help you. So you can escape this loop.
I wouldn't be surprised if down the line, and I'm not saying anything about loop in this statement, but I wouldn't be surprised if later in the game we saw a living incarnations of rock, paper, and scissors craft.
Yeah.
Not sadnesses, just minor deities.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
So you believe it's possible for me to escape?
Of course. Why would I be here otherwise? I'm trapped here with you, after all. I want to escape. Excuse me. I want to escape just as much as you do. I know how it feels, you know. To be stuck somewhere with no hope of escape. Forced to relive the exact same events over and over. Taking any deviation is a sign that things are finally going to change. That everything will be okay. And finding yourself trapped still. Look at me talking and talking. Don't pay attention to me. I'm doing fine.
Loop laughs sadly and looks at the house in the distance. Tell me about yourself, Loop.
I'd rather not.
Loop winks and blows you a kiss. Despite yourself, you laugh. You hear Loop laugh softly as well.
Say, Stardust, that reminds me. I can't believe your first death was being crushed by the very first trap.
Uh-huh. Why would you bring that up, Loop?
How embarrassing!
Hey. You and Loop animatedly talk about the different things you've done during your loops. It's nice to be able to talk about them with someone. You talk and talk in the sun until the sun has risen high above you in the sky.
Pretty cringe, Stardust. You had just finished the tutorial. You knew rock beats scissors. That's funny. Ah. It'll happen soon now.
Oh well.
Siffrin will freeze because they're not in the house with everybody else and go back in time. The theory crafting part of our hangout session, of course.
Second biome,
Two rocks crushing the
second
reason.
biome. You open your mouth to ask, and then...
Oh my goodness.
You heard a horrible sound. Your head. You saw... something.
I'm glad you decided to spend some time with me, Stardust. Sorry it's going to end with this.
What?
I thought maybe it wouldn't happen, but... See that light in the distance? It's from the king's floor. I see it every time you get far enough to fight him. His first attack.
The king's first attack? How long have you been talking to Luke? Who is the king attacking? Who is he? The king doesn't attack or do anything until you get to him. He would only attack if someone...
I can feel it every time. Whatever he does, it makes you see something, doesn't it? Something awful. Something so terrible that it's enough to bring anyone close enough to their knees. Stars, I wonder who he attacked.
You can't even hear Luke speak. Your friends. They were against the king just now. You know how to survive his first attack, and you found out, but... You hear someone cry out. You look at Loop. Loop is just looking at you. Not saying anything. There's no pity in their gaze. No sadness. Just some slight impatience, like... Did you figure it out yet? Did you figure out what made the king attack just now? There's only one answer, Stardust. Just figure it out already so we can move on. Who is the king fighting? Who did the king just kill? Did you figure it out yet?
Did you?
You start screaming. It's because you weren't there! They died because you weren't there! They're gone because you weren't there! You clutch your head, your hair, your stomach because you weren't there! Because they're gone! They're gone because of you, 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 because of you! You stumble and fall to your knees. You breathe harshly. In and out. It's not working. You can't take a full breath. Can't. You hit the ground with your fist. Why? Luke does not answer. Did you know this would happen?
Which part? You looping back or your party dying? I had a suspicion about the former. I was certain about the latter.
You! Loop is looking straight at you. They don't even seem to care that you drew out your dagger. Somehow, this calms you down.
If I tell you to breathe, will you?
You breathe slowly, in and out. What was that for?
For funsies, of course.
You take a step forward.
And because I was curious to know how the loops work. Aren't you?
How the loops work? How could what just happened teach you anything about the loops?
Sifrin's more in control of it than they think they are. Think, Stardust. Or is it because somebody else dies? Or something. Why did you loop back just now?
Eh? Because the king won, isn't it?
Why would the king winning make you loop? You don't immediately loop back the second you and your party lose, don't you?
Do you? Wrong tense.
Oh, sorry.
No, you read.
Oh,
what is
you.
written.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I see what you mean.
I kind of do, though.
No, Stardust. You loop when you die.
No, it takes a little bit.
You loop when you die, Stardust.
I was on your train for a bit. Sifrin has more control of the loop than he realizes. I'm now imagining an alternative scenario in which Sifrin just has intense enough panic attacks to give himself heart attacks.
That could be it.
Timecraft.
Stardust, have a Snickers. Yeah, I honestly, that could be. This game has a lot of that kind of.
It's probably your train, and it probably has nothing to do with.
Well, now I'm thinking that, like, what is it? Is it like, is that head housemate like killing him or something like that, and they're just blocking it out? Or like, is there something happening in the end that we don't realize is happening? Like, does the world end if the king is defeated, and so therefore everybody dies, therefore we die, so the loop resets? I don't know. The fact that the king wins is irrelevant. But you didn't die just now, did you? So why did you loop?
But
it's the same with the head housemaiden. You don't die when you talk to her, so what makes you loop? Okay, never mind. I thought they were trying to like imply that like you only die when you loop, so therefore you must be dying in these other times. Never mind. Okay. You loop when the head housemaiden talks to you, and you loop just now. Why? Don't you think this would be important to figure out?
Oops. Right. There have been other times when you loop back without dying, too. But what could be the reason?
I wasn't lying when I said I wanted to spend time with you. We never got the opportunity to really talk, after all. But yes, I figured this would happen. I won't say sorry, so you can stop waiting for it. That's a very Bonnie expression, or a different expression.
It's a very Bonnie thing to say.
That too.
You don't answer.
What if it's like Bonnie's sister or something?
Oh, fuck. What if it is Bonnie's sister? No one else has anyone mentioned in their anything.
That is true. And it keeps getting brought up.
Doesn't she have a name? I don't know what it is, but doesn't she have a name?
I don't think
Bonnie's sister?
I don't think they've ever dropped their sister's name.
But, like, if they did have a name, they would be the only non-party character to be named.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that be weird?
In terms of, like, thematic things, it's like, you know, like, murder mystery, you don't introduce the killer at the last second and it's somebody that you've never heard of. Like, you gotta plant those seeds ahead of time. That works for most kind of plot twists. It's usually somebody... That's the logic that I tend to operate off of when I'm trying to figure out mysteries like this, is it's usually somebody... If you're this far in, it's gotta be somebody that you've already, like, seen or heard, or, like, some seeds sown throughout. Well, it looks like that's all you can find out about the loops for now. But you can still help your party. And you still have questions to ask the king, don't you? I'll be ready to help you out next loop. But for now, I think we both need some time. Come back next loop, Stardust.
You just walk away.
So interesting.
So we had a panic attack strong enough to loop us all the way back
So before it happened.
to just after talking to Isabel.
Yeah. Before we agreed to help, essentially. Or to chat.
Mm-hmm. If you're doing all the relevant stuff.
Yeah.
Heart-shaped tongue. Is there anything else I need to grab?
um. I don't think so.
Long thingy thing.
If we're doing all the relevant stuff, immediately talks to carrots. When you put it that way, Fiery Wolf.
I mean... Are they for sale? Uh... We grab the long thingy thing. I still haven't done the thing that I need for... Mirror's fan.
Oh, yeah.
So... Change God. This is not working. You don't feel like going to the St. Charlotte statue is actually doing anything. Are you doing it wrong? Maybe you're not putting enough into it. So instead, maybe you should... You look at all the statues, looking at each of them carefully. This one. You tap the one you like the most on its head and breathe. You breathe in and out. Crouching down, you whisper to the statue and ask for speed. Your hands on the statue, you whisper speed, speed, speed. You want your allies fast enough to attack first. It's what you want. You do some side steps and can tell it become easier than usual. You nod at the statue and turn back. I kept the best one for last. Just the long thinky thing, pretty sure. Since we still can't catch frogs. The most important thing.
Yep.
This one I kind of feel bad about doing. But also I don't care enough to actually listen to them flirt.
Oh.
They love you now. Your bond with them is stronger now. Isn't that neat?
That's such a... Is that different from what they said last time?
No, that's the exact same dialogue as last time.
Okay.
Isn't that neat?
I couldn't remember.
You breathe in and out. Oh fuck, wait. Which one is the bad one?
Are any of them bad, per se? Was it the
This
one...
one is confirmed not bad. One of them makes Siffrin freak out.
Wasn't that just
And
because...
the other one...
Didn't
One of
that
them makes Siffrin
autoplay?
freak out, and... No, it did not. I
didn't?
made
Okay.
a choice.
Oh, I thought that was the case.
One of them makes Siffrin freak out, the other one just zones him out.
Fiery Wolf says stay silent is the one that makes Siffrin freak out. Thanks,
Thank you.
Fiery Wolf. Also, they said, I must say though, where you were questioning about Bonnie's sister, you most certainly would have seen her name at least once at this point. Okay, shoot. I don't remember what it was. Thank you for letting us know that she was named, but yeah, I do not remember. I would ask for the name, or I'm not gonna look up the name, definitely. I would also ask for the name, but I feel like now I'm like, shoot, I should figure this out on my own, and the name might be too much of a hint.
You could ask where you would have seen the name.
Oh, that's a good point. Where would we have seen the name? If you don't mind telling us, Firewolf, if you remember. And or can look it up without too much trouble. Bonnie's Hangout. Oh, shoot. Okay, so we literally just sped through that. So, next time... Next time we'll have
Just
to
look through. Just scrub through
the
the.
VOD.
Not last episode, but the episode before.
Okay, yeah, that's smart. Let's see.
Because
Thank
I'm
you,
just
Fairy
gonna.
Wolf.
Thank you. Because all I'm gonna do is skip through a bunch of.
That's fair. We're multitasking. You do this, I do this. Team up, multitask.
Woo. Rock. Bonnie got crushed, but only their foot.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Okay, that's Odile.
Oh no. A fight. Oh no, a hand! A pair of sweaty hands. Whatever shall I do? Ow. Not one defense drop. Cringe. Oh, Mirabelle really doesn't do a lot of damage, does she? This is a waste of time, isn't it?
Is it?
Now that I'm thinking about it. This is paper. Technically.
Is there anything that is it like that we don't need anything here? We should just go to like the king or whatever? Is that what you mean, or?
Of the things that we could be doing right now, we could go to the classroom on the second floor and talk to the Time Frozen NPC on the third floor, which I can just go find a tier and skip through that. I think that the game is hinting towards me going all the way up through the castle with this exact version of the party.
Oh, that's true.
Because I've done the super secret side quests, etc. But also, I don't care about doing that right now. To tell you the truth.
Okay, the sister's name is Nile or Nil?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely know that name. I recognize it. For sure, for sure.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I remember that. Okay, crazy theory crafting time. Nil is like nil, like zero, like nil, zilch, nada. And loop is like kind of like a zero, like a circle. I'm just pulling shit out of thin air now. Yeah. I kind of want this theory to be Petronil or Nil for short.
Petronil.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Fiery Wolf. I didn't realize I had it minimized, the chat minimized, so I wasn't looking. Thank you for telling me.
Telling us what?
When I was scrubbing through on my phone, I had the chat minimized, and they just dropped it in. They were like, if you're scrubbing anyway, I could just tell you. And so the whole time I was scrubbing, it was just sitting there in the chat, and I did not realize, so, oops. Nah, I only popped it when you found it.
Ah!
Oh, okay. Didn't want to get ahead of myself. What happened?
So, not to alarm anyone.
Okay.
I'm going to alarm me. Save 8. Loop 27. 2156. Do I care about save 7? What's the list of things that I care about? I think I care about save 7 specifically.
I think that was on the list. So on the list you have save 1, save 2, save 7, and save 11 under do not save over.
1, 2, 7, 11. 1, 2, 7, 11.
And then it says 9 is before the Timecraft book and 8 is after. I don't know if that matters to you anymore.
9 doesn't matter to me anymore.
Okay.
Goodbye, 9. So save 8, loop 27. Save 9. Loop 30. Haha. In case you thought we weren't skipping loops anymore. No, it's just completely random. It's not seated at all. Place your bets on how many times we're gonna skip numbers.
Jesus, a lot.
Jesus, a lot. Is not a number.
It is in my fantasy world.
A desk with an open notebook. Very lovely handwriting. Poke.
Oh, this isn't a,
This is new.
Oh, okay, is it? Okay, sorry. I'm starting to lose track of what's new and what's not.
I'll poke you when
Okay.
something is...
Thanks. Oh, I recognize this handwriting. This is the seat of a very stylish, very scary lady with amazing fashion sense. She often wore this very cool dress, and she always has her dark hair in a bun. We often have the same classes, but she probably doesn't know I exist. I'm a little sad about it. I always wanted to ask her for fashion tips.
This vaguely rings a bell. You should maybe tell Mirabelle about her when you're in Dormont.
Okay, yeah, I see.
I think I fucked up again. I think I'm supposed to talk to Mirabelle about her and then go to that notebook.
Oh, really?
Because we tried to talk to Mirabelle about it.
Afterwards? Oh, maybe. The order's so specific.
Anyway, you know what would be useful? Checking to see if I actually have a long thingy thing in my pocket.
Oh. That would suck.
Oh shit, wait. What floor is Mirabelle's room on? Is it floor 3 or floor 2?
I was thinking it was 2, but it might be 3.
I would really like to know the answer to this question before I press this button. Because I do not have...
Fiery Wolf says 3, and also that you have to tell her about the fan beforehand on the loop.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I figured that was coming. I'll go that way. Pockets. Souvenirs. Long thingy thing, short gizmo gadget.
2
Good.
out of 3.
And I know where to get the third one. Awesome. Wonderful. Now, here's a question. Why did skipping all the keys bring me immediately to the gate? Okay. I think I have to kill this and then... Shit. I think I think. I think. I think it's after. I think the NPC I need to talk to is after this boss.
Oh.
If I'm wrong about that, I'm going to be very sad.
Firewolf says doors unlocked means it skips you ahead as if you had manually unlocked all the doors to be able to proceed.
Oh.
Thanks,
There we go.
Firewolf. You're like, I don't want to say like the angel on the shoulder, because that implies like a goodness or an evilness, but like, what's something that's like helpful?
You're like a Lorax.
Yeah, you're like the Lorax. You tell us what trees not to cut down. And sometimes we do it anyways. Accidentally.
It isn't the Lorax's fault if the person fucks up, honestly.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
true.
does this work? It sure would be nice if that works.
Nah, I'm Twitch Loop. I'll watch you cut down that tree first. Cut that tree down first.
Well, I'm about to find out if it worked. Nope. Sure doesn't. That's fine.
Jesus.
As much as anything else could be fine, I guess. Skyzors. Bonnie bypasses. Bonnie is rock type, and this is vulnerable to rock type, is it not? Okay, no. I see now. I see what's happening. What's happening? What's bab's happening? Goodbye. I gotta hand it to them? Is that where that joke goes? This hand is dead.
You did skip through them, so some powers are weakened. Bonnie's technically neutral damage, despite being canonically being protector craft. Interesting.
Are you saying that if I don't skip Odile, we could just skip past this fight? Is that what that is that what you're saying? I want a yes or no. Can I skip this fight if I don't skip through Odile's event?
Skip the fight? No. Can you make it not immune? Yes.
Oh my god. Die to this. For future reference, yes, I can skip the fight. Because that's gonna happen on turn 1. Instead of...
Yeah, essentially.
On Jackpot 1 instead of Jackpot 2.
Technically skip the fight? No. Basically skip the fight? Yes.
Practically. And here you are. Do. You're not dead, you're just time blocked, so I'm not desecrating a corpse. Tra-la-la. She's holding something tightly in her fist. You kneel down. It's a small vial named Secret Ingredient. You got the secret ingredient. You're not dead, so I'm not desecrating a corpse. Tra la 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 la.
I think that turns him from a looting to a mugging.
Is it mugging if they're unconscious? And they don't wake up while you're mugging them? I love potatoes and samosas. Some places make them with cheese in them. Gross. Why would you dirty a perfectly good samosa with cheese? And this is where you learn about... That's when you die to the pineapples. You're supposed to die to the pineapples to learn that Bunny loves pineapples. Anywho. You look at the thingy thing. You have everything you need. You give them all to Isabeau. Alright! Bomb time! Isabeau made a bomb. You, keep the bomb in your pockets. Wouldn't want Bonnie to carry it.
Oh god.
This will be fun.
Bomb time!
You got a memory of bomb. You'll always remember this.
If you have this memory equipped and loop back to the king, the bomb will magically appear in your pockets. Interesting.
Speaking of things magically appearing in our pockets.
Firewolf says, depends on whether they're unconscious. It might be a mugging and battery. Why they're unconscious? It might be a mugging and battery. So we're not the ones who... I was going to say, we're not the ones who beat them, so I don't... At least we're not the ones accused of battery. If it matters.
If it matters. Which it doesn't.
I mean,
Why would it matter?
technically, in theory, we're either looping back or we're saving the kingdom. So if somebody really wants to, like, accuse us of mugging, then, like... They got bigger problems, I think.
Yeah, obviously. Accusing the hero of mugging? Why would you do that? That seems ludicrous. Honestly.
How dare you? Hang on, let me consult my legal consultant. Watch his Dungeon Meshi. That's a good fucking point. Don't take it. Don't take legal advice from the shit they do on that show. I need to catch up on that, man.
Okay. Alright, we got bomb. And now we're about to go ask the king some very pointed questions. We're gonna go ask the king a beating.
Ask the king a beating.
I'm ready!
I'm ready. I'm ready.
We shall see which side the universe favors. Okay, I am going to continue not actually acting out the king in these mid-battle talks. You've heard this before. Oh, you're so fast. Is it in your pocket?
I think, yeah.
It is in your pocket. I'll save that for later, I guess. Ask! So, So, you're using Timecraft. And we're going to go on and not act this out. And just absorb the information.
That's
and make
fine.
theories. Off. Nothing. Literally nothing. Literally baseless theories.
That's what we're best at.
How would you manage to control it? Should immeasurable amounts of power that no mere human could have, so how? I could not have harvested it on... So I had some help.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
The universe.
Insert Disc 5 would not help the villain of... Yes, she fucking would. I know very little about the author of this particular tale. Yes, she fucking would. Adrian?
To quote Dabs cutely. Oh my fucking god.
I only had to wish for it. Mm-hmm. And the universe delivered.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, is that a point in the Isabeau theory, or is that a point in the Siffrin theory?
It's a point in the Isabeau theory.
Okay. Man, I'm so proud
Because
of...
we know what Siffrin wishes for. Siffrin does not wish for everything to be frozen in time. Siffrin wishes for everything to be frozen in time. Actually, I don't know.
I was
You know
gonna
what?
say, 'cause-
half points to both columns.
Okay, that's fair. Because, yeah, Siffrin just wants to, he doesn't explicitly say, meh, but, basically, meh. But I'm still gonna say that I'm proud of the Isabeau theory, and if it does not come true, I will be a little disappointed, but I trust the author to,
Another point of the Isabeau theory.
Okay, yeah.
He knows what the fuck this
He's
asshole is
weirdly
rambling
uncomfortable.
He is at least somewhat familiar with what the fuck this asshole is about to start rambling about. What's beyond this plane? What's in the sky?
This is not
That
very
damn
helpful.
universe took color away! What the fuck? Replace it with all this monochrome. That damn universe in the sky. I knew Vilgardians were ignorant of it. Is that racist? That feels racist.
Maybe a little.
Vilgardian. Interesting choice of words.
Yeah, that's...
And there's a point in the not Isabeau column.
Yeah. See... I feel like I've seen an article about it.
That's in the housemaiden's office on floor 1.
Oh, it explicitly says that the king's not from Vogard.
No. We haven't read it to read that.
Okay.
But the document that Mirabelle is going like, man, I know I read this somewhere before. Where is it?
That's a hint.
That's a hint to go back to the office. Because there is an article there titled King.
Oh, okay.
The king flinches and does not answer. Point in the Siffrin column.
Yeah.
An article about the king somewhere. Oh my god, dude. Alright, make the call here. Do you want to use the bomb and then die? Or do you want to use the bomb, die, go back to the...
So what the options are: use the bomb, die, and go back to get the article, or what?
Finish the fight. Like, actually finish the fight.
Okay.
It would be very easy to just die here.
Yeah, because I think the only benefit to getting all the way through would be
to see what happens when
what Odile does, because clearly, we've got Bonnie to not talk, so now we have to get Mirabelle to not talk, so then Odile's obviously going to interrupt somehow. But
also, we could do that at any point.
That's true, so it probably would be fine. So, I mean, we have the bomb, so... I will say Fiery Wolf did put in the chat we could try to get Issa to confess, and I don't know if that's supposed to be a hint that we should do something, or if that's just meant to be like a wink wink.
I don't like the use of the word try there. That makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna use the bomb, no matter what you say.
Oh, okay.
Turn 1, I have a bomb. I'm gonna click my button here. Bomb time.
Prom time!
What the?
That's so normal for the king. Oh, that did nothing. Grab ya!
It's like a jackpot.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair.
A jackpot
A
for
free
free on turn 1
jackpot,
is
yeah.
not... It's not a lot, but it's not nothing. Yeah!
Take that, king!
Oh, that felt satisfying. Anyway, so yeah, just, die, try to get Issa to confess some other time?
Yeah, I guess. Wait, I say try because of the first time with Bonnie. That's all. I would never wish to influence. Okay, yeah. So then, if it doesn't, if Fiery Wolf, if you don't think like we should try to do it here for sure, then I think it's fine. Then I think we can just die. Cause like you said, we could come back anytime.
You'd forgotten the pain, but at least you can move a little this time. Stars, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. You try to speak. Bonnie. Run away. Silence. Then footsteps. And then everything else is the same as the first time.
Yeah.
Bonnie must be safe now, haha. Surely they won't go and turn it to... Surely they won't go and research time magic
So try to stop
and turn it
everything.
to an amalgamation of timecraft.
I mean, I'm an Issa kisser. That's your prerogative. You're so valid, Fiery Wolf.
Huh?
Fiery Wolf said, I mean, I'm an Issa kisser, but that's your prerogative, as regarding to the trying to get Issa to confess.
If time goes on after you die, you hope that they don't become loop, because that would fucking suck. Back to it. Anywho, shit. No, it very specifically cannot be...
Bonnie?
Rose-tinted glasses?
What? Oh!
Why is it rose-printed? Cool. It can't be...
Because it's a paper?
No. I made a mistake by unlocking all the doors. Because now there's a rock in front of the office.
Oh, shoot.
So now I have to go find a tier. Which is to the right?
I think so, but I don't remember. Excuse me.
Why am I fighting this? I just hit level 62. I should be fine on XP. Get the drop! Never get the drop. Boom, boom, boom. Whatever. None of these levels matter. Everything in a time loop is fake. Except my time. Okay, it takes effect. It doesn't take effect until the next room. The fact that you continually smile at Isabel there is mocking. Hauntingly so.
Yeah.
You dreamt about someone crying into nothing.
Ooh.
Whose voice was it? It was Bonnie's voice. Anyway, now that I'm completely assured of my theory that Bonnie is Loop, or Loop adjacent,
I was gonna say you sound pretty heavy into that theory. Which I think I am too. I'm just not sure which one I think it is.
oh shit, I needed to run one. Escape. Because I need to get this. No, I need to get a key. I don't know where the key is off the top of my head.
Memory of key, for just like a second.
Yeah, but the lock is all the way to the left, and I think
Oh,
the key
okay.
would be somewhere to the right. Get it once! Get the drop one time, Severin. Bonnie. No, Bonnie. This gives us a crest. Which we use to go down here. Which is where the key is. You hit your hip into the counter and bite your lip really hard. You hit the counter back. Bad counter!
Let's beat it up!
Easy bone body kick the counter too. You feel better.
That's actually really cute.
That's an egg. I suppose I could have gone back to Dormont to go ask about... I also suppose that'll take, like, 5 minutes. And we are firmly in main quest territory. Main quest mentality. MQM, if you would. Not at all related to an MGM. It's on the second floor, isn't it, Frost? Through the fire and the flames. It is not at all where I think it is.
I honestly, we already know that I have a bad sense of direction, but I genuinely don't know where anything is. Also,
I thought it was on the first floor.
I agree with you, Fiery Wolf. I love East Buddy too.
Fiery Wolf. Oh my god. Turn to the left! It is the second floor. I'm gonna... Because if it isn't to the left, where would it be, right? The broken egg leads to the... That is still my favorite, After Effect. Adobe?
Yeah.
No. That's still my favorite, Seriously? Could you not?
Firewolf says, if I had but one hint, it is that Mirabelle saw it at some point means that it has to be in a mandatory room.
I know, no, I know. It's in the head maiden's house. Housemaiden's office. Why was that so fucking hard?
Tongue twister.
It's in the housemaiden's office. Which might be behind a tier track, so we might as well fight this fucker. I know where it is. I don't know where the room is. Does that make sense?
Oh, fair enough. I cannot be helped there.
Nope, this is scissors. And then I smash it with a hammer.
Her office is to the left of this floor?
I know it's to the left of the floor. I don't know if I need a key to get there.
Okay.
Do I need a key to get there? Can I just go to the left?
I will tell you when Firewolf says no key.
Okay, cool.
Just go left.
We
Thank
are
you,
officially wasting
Firewolf.
time. Thank you, kind bystander watching the Twitch stream.
The Twitch loop, as they call themselves.
The Twitch loop. With all the nasty names we've been calling Loop, much of it undeserved, I'm sure. Probably an unflattering nickname to give yourself, huh? But you know what? Loop is, if not benign, then helpful.
Yeah, and also super stylish. I was
And
literally just
also
thinking, it might be cool to cosplay a Loop one day.
Man, how much styrofoam are you gonna get stuck in your hair?
Probably a lot.
And here are some notes about the king. The head housemaiden. That's where I was getting head from. Must have been looking for more information about him.
Sifrid would be a cute cosplay too.
Much easier. Much less styrofoam.
But I'm
Not
a
no
liar.
styrofoam.
Yeah, no, significantly less styrofoam for sure.
But not zero, because that hat is pointy.
You could probably do it with like other things if you didn't want to do styrofoam, but it could be helpful depending on, yeah.
So the king is the name that he chose? Maybe that's something you could ask him about. Oh my fucking god.
Oh no, we gotta go back.
How long is this game of telephone? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm holding. I'd probably just use styrofoam for his dagger. That's a good point. If you wanted to have like, I didn't even think about props.
There are better looking foam daggers than just a piece of painted styrofoam. Like, there was a very, 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 very nice foam dagger that my college LARP group used for play fights.
I guess it depends on like, if you want to make it yourself or if you just want to buy something, and how crafty you are. And also what local conventions allow. Some are weirder than others. I know, but I gotta make a swishy little curvy thing.
Somewhere mandatory.
I say this as someone with no cosplay knowledge. That's a mood. I wouldn't even know how to begin crafting a dagger, TBH. My mom made a sword for my little sibling once for Zelda Link cosplay. And I genuinely do not remember how she did it. It was probably wood of some kind. Maybe. Dev was asked for dagger references and was like, IDFK, it looks good from one angle only. That's a mood.
Save Vogard. Other. God, Sifrin, I wish you were more curious. It's a lovely, cheesy love letter from someone named Claude. Claude is a name that we know.
Yeah, that's who... That's the person that was frozen?
A person that was frozen, assuredly.
Was it the one with the... with the secret ingredient, or is that a different person?
Could entirely be Mira's roommate, sure.
I try to remember that we've shown. The problem is this is starting to verge into non-linear story territory, which my brain does not work with well.
That's the key.
The poem?
This here is a key.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Running from your problems. Do we have to go all the way back upstairs just to talk to the king about... I'm gonna run out of memories, eventually. And then I'll have to grind, and I don't like grinding in this game.
Firewolf offered to just tell you where the next plot point is, if you would like.
Please.
Fair enough.
It's not here, because this isn't mandatory, and that's the last hint you gave.
Quivering.
However,
First
you know how
floor.
it is on the first floor? I'm gonna yell.
Funny drawings room. There's some newspapers on the wall, apparently.
I'm gonna fucking scream.
Just do keys unlocked is what they suggest. Thank you, Firewolf.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am thankful and not at all annoyed. I'm very annoyed. I'm very, very annoyed.
Thankful to Firewolf, but annoyed at the game.
And my shit memory. What was that thing about? No keys unlocked?
Just do keys unlocked is what they said.
Where's the drawing room that I'm looking for?
Good question. Just straight to the left.
Room? Straight to the left. Left to the left to the left. Up? No. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, 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 left. Continue going to the left. And to the left, to the left. Hi, Ghosty! I might get that achievement too while I'm here. And more to the left. Nope, that's Candlewax. Newspapers, newspapers.
Oh, I bet that's... yeah.
Oh! Required! We are required coming here. Various newspaper articles about the king. You never looked at them very closely before, have you?
Yes,
You take a step forward.
Oh! So many articles about the king!
His conquest was slow enough that the Vulgardian press had time to write about him. I remember that. But there's no one to write now. There's no one to write them now. You all start reading random articles. This article is about a slow march to Dormont's house.
This one is about him probably being from another country than Vogard.
Huh? He isn't really Vulgardian then?
Oh, apparently not.
This article says there's no record of him anywhere. Uh-huh, because he's a time traveler, yes, yes. Up until he appeared out of thin air somewhere in his adulthood. Looks like he lived in the city of Corbeau for a few years before he became the king.
So he was a traveler?
Of time.
Like Fryn and Dial?
Like Fryn, yeah. Please don't compare us to him, thank you. That's right. He did talk about Vulgardians before. The way he phrased it, it did seem like he thought of Vulgardians as people other than himself. And he said he thought his Vogard as welcoming. Always willing to welcome people in, even someone with no name, no home to speak of. You should go and ask the king where he's from later. Oh! This article is about his fashion sense.
Huh?
From what I've heard, he does have a very distinctive hairstyle. This article is more about his armor, actually. He even included a sketch. Look!
Well, it's very... shiny?
Pose. Very imposing. There's something that caught your attention, though.
Oh, is this a choice?
There's a correct answer here.
Oh, is it?
I think there's a correct answer.
What's your logic behind the answer?
I thought it was gonna be a fucking, like, matching game where we faced the king enough times by now, haha. Because the minimum amount of times to get to this point would have to be 4, right?
Yeah.
Got him the first time, beat him the first time. Ask him
At
question
least
round
one.
1, question round 2.
Gotcha.
So you would have to know him by well enough to see if there are any discrepancies. More specifically, if it isn't a matching game, and I could very easily answer the question by just looking up a picture of the king. But I think it's more talking about the patterns. The star-shaped patterns. The loop-shaped patterns.
That's fair. I feel like the ones on his hands I for sure don't remember seeing, but I could just be like misremembering it now that I'm looking directly at it.
I'm looking at a picture of him now. So nothing is sticking out to me as obviously different. So the question now becomes, is this going to be like that one NPC in Dormont where if I pick adoption, is it going to lock me out of the other two unless I do another loop? The answer is yes. I know the answer is yes.
I was gonna say, like,
I'm just wondering if I want to go through all the effort of...
coming back
because I
through
think
here.
the plot-relevant answer is the patterns, but I want to know about his shoulder pads.
No, that's fair.
I'll ask about the shoulder pads on my own time, I guess. The patterns. The patterns? On his chest and gauntlets, you mean?
It's just a weird lozenge. What's so weird about that?
Those are stars.
Stars? What's a star?
The dots of this guy. Steph and I were looking at him yesterday, remember?
Oh. This article here does mention his speech mannerisms. Stars and sky-related things seem to be something he comes back to often.
Stars, huh?
Is it the astronomer that we can get to the office of if we go the wrong way?
Yes. Yes, it is.
What
Do
could
you
be?
want to go the wrong way before we go talk to the king?
I don't know. I don't know if it would be helpful.
This music plays in the astronomer's office. I think we talked about that before.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Huh. Interesting. Okay, yeah.
Stars. Is there somewhere in the house? There we go.
Well,
So, before we go talk to the king, let's go get trapped. So I wonder what's going to trigger the whole... We need to get trapped in the infirmary thing. Because that's what this is now, right?
yeah.
Well, you know what? We needed to use tears a set amount of times before the thing I wanted happened.
That's true.
A tear first you in time. Start again. I need to go here without using all the keys up, actually. Because I think if I press square here, it will automatically take the star crest and put it in the right
I
position.
will say that as soon as you started saying that, Fiery Wolf posted gotta manually do 4-3, so that does make sense.
Is this where the crest goblin is?
I don't know. We haven't done.
Why did I
4-3
call it
as
that?
much. I don't know either, but it's appropriate.
I'm not wrong, but why did I call it that? The answer is yes, by the way. It is that door. And the key...
Fire Wolf also called it Chris Goblin.
The key for this is behind another key. And that key is to the up. To the up. Yeah. Controller, cooperate. No, no. We take the angry key. We go kill a goblin. He gets very upset with us that he's being killed. As is his right as a living being. This one I believe, is rock type. Yes.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yikes.
Paper! Alpha! 5!
The goat.
And... the jackpot. Boniface and Petronell. Can you look up Boniface for me?
Like the meaning of it?
Yeah. If it has a meaning.
Yeah, we'll
If it
see.
isn't just silly nonsense. Or,
Well, it's a Googled term regularly, so.
gee, I wonder why that is.
It is a given name and a surname of Latin origin meaning fortunate or auspicious. The best known of those who wear the name is Saint Boniface, an important leader in early Christianity and the quote-unquote apostle of the Germans. Did we already look up Petronell?
I think you did.
I did. Petronell definition. Oh, it means rock. Friggin' Bonnie gets auspicious and their older sister gets rack.
Rock.
Dots in the sky,
I've-
though. That's stars. Those are stars, right?
Stars, like the king's armor. Indeed. We should look around. And of course, you done fucked up, Sifrin.
Yeah. But valuable information to be had, possibly?
Sifrin, wake up. You fucked up. Loop. That's about color theory. Looking at books gives you a headache. Pile of papers. Something is written on them.
The same word. What?
That scared me.
I was gonna say, why is that so aggressive? That.
Because he is looking for information and he's unable to read something.
Oh, okay, he's like angry at himself, kind of.
Oh, no. It's the game. It's not him, it's the game.
Oh. Hello, Loop speaking. Thank you for calling. How may I help you?
I had a question about... Nope, not...
Oh, dang.
What should I do next? You need help on how to... Oh my fucking god. Find more about the king? What should I do now?
The king's
Uh-huh.
armor has some star patterns on it.
Uh-huh.
I saw them, but never thought anything of them.
Most people don't know anything about the stars, do they?
They sure don't. You barely do most of the time, don't you? But then, how does the king remember?
Oh my fucking god. Do I have to go to the king first?
And why does he care about stars to the point he has them on his armor? Some place that has something to do with the stars.
Loop, I'm in the astronomy!
Maybe the book is just aren't important. You know where to go, don't you? You found it already. That room.
Okay. You were not able to read. Sifrin, you're illiterate. There's a book in Kaboon. You don't really care. You can go and reread the book in the secret library if you're so curious. Because this is about colors and not about... It's a pillar. It sure is a pillar. Telescope. Dusty. Big window. The stars. Stars like the king's armor. Stars like the king keeps mentioning. Stars like backstory? Do we get backstory? Do we get separate backstory here? The trio of episodes with party backstory finally ends
With
with
Cyprin.
Cyprin.
That would be appropriate.
Stars like... You should remember them. Something in you tells you should. Every time you raise your head to look up at them, you feel like it's something you've done dozens, hundreds, thousands of times. But you can't remember any of it. You can't remember what you were trying to see. Look up at them. The king. Every time you face him, he asks you the same question. Do you remember? Remembering is not something you're very good at. There's so much you can't remember. You're a very forgetful person after all. You can't remember basic items. You forget where you're going half the time. You can barely remember people's names. You notice you're starting to forget whole loops.
Oh.
You can barely remember anything that happened before you started looping in time. You can barely remember anything that happened before. You breathe out and unclench your fists. What you can and can't remember doesn't matter much now, does it? The king. Does he want you to remember something? Does he? You should go and ask the king what he wants you to remember later. Sif? You okay? Last thoughts, Cyprin? You open your eyes, smile, and shake your head. Take 2 steps to the left and careen headfirst into a tear.
Yeah.
You have to keep going, after all.
When we jump back to wherever it is we're going, do you want to save and then call it for the night?
And then we can get Cyprin backstory next time.
Hopefully.
Sure, let's do that. Let's get
Backstory
Cyprin backstory
or
next time.
PTSD flashback at least. Cool.
What is backstory if not? What is PTSD if not?
A backstory emergent.
We also get that little bit sometimes,
Yeah.
in which we sometimes dream about eating rotten food. You know who's in charge of the food around here, around these parts?
Manifest.
Bonnie with the face.
Interesting.
Loop 44 after loop 31.
What an advancement. That's interesting that they addressed the like starting to forget loops thing too. That's so fascinating.
It sure is that. Yep.
Cool. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out with us while we streamed. Thank you for streaming with me. I hope it's enthralling. Yes, it's very enthralling so far, and I'm sure it will be next time. So, thanks for all the help, Fiery Wolf. We appreciate it. And we'll be back next Tuesday with more. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wait to the time loops I go.